Wherever you're comfortable.
ऑन करके
Check, check, check. 1, 2, check. Check, check. Test 1, 2, check. 1, 1, 1. Check. Check 1, 2, check. Yeah, check, check, check. Check. Good morning. Volume. Check. Good morning. Check. Check. Good morning. Test 1, 2, check.
Whoa. When the music stops, you know we're ready to start. Ladies and gentlemen, I know there's standing room only. Now we can put a few more chairs and put an end to that, but it looks nice to have standing room only. Those who are still standing, if there's a chair near you, please do sit. We might need to keep one space in the front row for another special guest who's a bit of a distance away. But for everybody else, if you can find a chair, please, I was about to say grab, but take it. If you find a chair, take it. It just looks more settled. You've reserved that for somebody, and that's fine. Okay? Right. Fair enough. Okay, there's still a bit of a hubbub, and that's fine, because today is a hubbub day. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. We can safely say this is a gathering of greats from every possible field because of what they've done, what they've achieved, not just a name, but it's all in the achievement. And that's why we're here today, to hear the story of another fabulous achievement of, I suppose, in the field of sport once. But on a personal note, there's only a personal note, and I have the microphone, so I suppose I can pass on a few personal thoughts as an individual or human being as well. So this is a fabulous story, as far as I'm concerned, intertwined very closely with the development of a sports person as well as a wonderful human being. Because for me, those two should be as close as possible. When they veer and the tracks go different ways, perhaps the effect is, for me, a little muted or diluted, perhaps is the word. I got a bit of a shock when I came here earlier today. Because I walked in what I thought was a safe time, well before the start. By the way, we started more or less on time, so, you know, despite the fact that there are one or two people still to come who are obviously very major dignitaries. But I walked in here and everybody was already sitting. And I said, oh my God, I'm late. Because why would the greats of this gathering be sitting 45 minutes before the start of the show? It's my fault, I read the time wrong. And for the first time in many, many years, I was actually flustered. I said, oh gosh, why should I be late, when all these guys have been sitting here for so long? But as it turned out, I wasn't. It's just an incredible tribute to the man and the story for whom we're all here. And of course, to all of you for being fabulously in time, which is a wonderful trait internationally, not always followed in certain parts of the world, but today it's just fabulous. I was gently nudged to take a few names and welcome them individually. And I said, all right, I'll start from the last row, extreme left. And then I said, no, I'm going to miss quite a few if I start taking 214 names. So I may take a few names here and there once in a while, and please forgive me if I take a few and not a few. We did wait till the very last minute. Now, if I take a few names, who to take first? Because I'll be slaughtered saying, what about me? You forgot me. So this is not about names. I've already said it's a gathering of greats. All of you have done fabulously in your own fields. And I'm just so delighted that this function today gives me so much energy to see so many high achievers, everybody, all of you here, and some, of course, who I can see a little better because the light is on them. And, well, for no particular reason, but because he walked in just precisely at the time, and everybody is saying, is that a bird, is that a plane? No, it's Superman. So a very warm welcome to Skipper. Kapil, thanks so much for being here. All right. You got your game face on, so it's all right. But, of course, so many other people from all other fields, and some of them will actually come up and say a few words. So you will be rid of me very soon. But till then, should we just stay with the cricket team to begin with? Right behind you, Skip, giving you due tribute, are some of the biggest names in the game. And aren't we delighted that they're all here? They made time because, like all of us here, I suppose, and particularly those who are a little more in demand or much more in demand, there are 50 options for every 1 hour. But the fact that they've chosen to be here, we are truly delighted. And in no particular order, it's just delightful to see some of our heroes, colleagues, whom I haven't named yet, by the way. Have I? No. Maybe that's not right. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together, not just for the person, but his entire family, because they've been so closely involved with this function. They've been, their energy levels, their enthusiasm has been second to none. So for the entire Kirmani family, led here today by Syed Kirmani, can we have a nice round loud of applause? Bas. Thank you, Kiri. Do sit again. And thank you for giving us years and years of joy. Thank you. Behind you, of course, are some of your perhaps senior but very dear colleagues. And can I begin by asking just a round of applause to continue for some of the names I may take. And then, of course, please forgive me if I don't take a few because I may not see everybody. But Erapalli Prasanna, great to see you here. Looking so fashionable, like a movie star. And to your right, the magic man, Bhagwat Chandrasekhar. Great to see you here. JK, thank you for coming up. And to the right of BS, a man who means so much to all of us here particularly, but actually all of India, all of the world, cricketing world, but to us here in Bangalore and Karnataka, a very, very special thanks for his presence here, for all the hard work that he's done to take Karnataka cricket to where it is. My very good friend and a friend to thousands. And he's kept all of us in check, in straight line. Mr. Patel, good to see you here. Now I'm going to skip the person to his right because I'm going to get to him a little later. Although, mind you, he actually chose to say, I'm only kidding. He said, well, I'd rather sit with the people who did what I would have loved to do, but didn't, because life had something else in store for me. Who knows? You could have been the next mystery man on left arm channel. Who knows? But Mr. Narayan Murthy, great to see you here. You can take some tips of batting and or bowling from the couple of gentlemen to your right, and please take some tips in terms of corporate governance and development, the gentleman to your left. But aren't we delighted to have our own homegrown superheroes here as well? Because, I mean, they spare time for the KSC all the time. They spare time for the senior colleagues here, but they've spared time today, and we're delighted. Please, you know, I'll call them as a duo. Rahul Dravid, Anil Kumble, thank you so much for being here. Okay, now I know this may take about 45 minutes, so I'll have to end pretty quickly. But, I mean, he loves Hyderabad, he loves his own state, but I don't know why. And you can ask him later why he's chosen to make our state his new state. But we welcome him, our new honorary Bangalorean, VVS Lakshman, thank you. Thank you, Lakshman, for being here. Oh, and there are so many. If I don't name a few, then you'll kill me, or somebody will kill me today. I need to get home, please, so don't kill me. But to his right, Ashok, thank you so much, Ashok Anand. Great to see you here, since you're there. Thank you. It's okay, you don't have to hear, you just have to bask in the sunshine of what all of you people have done. And of course, there's so many greats here, so I'm going to have to pause at this point of time, because I'll choose some other profession or set of achievements a little later. But we also have people who have achieved just about everything there is to achieve in the world of, say, politics, because, I mean, a nation needs that level of governance, and we've got those who've excelled in the world of politics here. I thank them all for being around. I may not see a few in front of me, but I do see Rajiv. Thank you very much. Where were you earlier? Thank you. He's gone. Mr. Reddy, thank you very much. Also, there was Mr. Chandrasekhar, another Rajiv. Has he walked on somewhere else for a while? Maybe we'll see him back. And many others. Oh, you don't have to applaud, but just the fact that we are delighted to have people who are in many ways responsible for running the nation. I also saw somebody in white and white. Mr. Harris was here around MLA. Is he here? Oh, there you are. Thank you. Good to see you. Thank you. Yeah. We'll exchange notes soon about our area, so we'll see. Okay, we do have to get along. I do want to also warmly welcome, I think I'm going to save that for a little later. So you guys, I got my eyes on you, but a little later. This function could have been well attended regardless, you know, as soon as the news got out that we're talking about STUMPED and it's launched today. But the fact that various people have come forward to support this function, and I suppose in the larger sense everything to do with Kirmani, is a set of people I do want to thank from the bottom of my heart. Because just about everybody here could have also assisted and supported this project here today and wherever else it may go from here. But some have stepped forward to mark their very special presence. And I'm going to read out a few names. I'd be very grateful if you can truly, warmly, genuinely applaud for their support for this particular function. So, Altius Strategic Consulting, thank you very much for your help. Shriram Properties, GIBS, Kalyan Jewelers, Hitachi, and of course, our platinum sponsor, the big boy today, State Bank of India. Thank you so much for your support. Very, very grateful for your support. We've got some other sponsors as well, and I do hope that you'll stay back towards the end when I have a slightly longer, more elaborate vote of thanks, but that's for later. Okay, can we move along? Yeah? Oh, he's here as well. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Kiri. Don't worry, I'll take a few names. Yeah. Okay.
The Governor General.
Yes.
Guyana and South USA.
We do have another very special diplomat here, if I can call him that. But he obviously has or wears many feathers in his cap, and I'm not sure of all the feathers, but I will name one, and I'll be very grateful if you can applaud his presence here, because he's come from a very, very faraway place, almost the other end of the world, perhaps exactly the other end of the world. But we are delighted to have the Honorary Consul General of Guyana in the USA, amongst one of the many caps that he wears, Mr. Lutfi Hassan. Thank you very much for being here. A special prize for the longest distance travel to be here today. Well, thank you very much. We're delighted. Of course, we'll hear from you a little later as well. Okay. I think I've gone through the first set of tributes, but there's so much more to offer. So, Kiri, I'm going to ask the two people who were with you in this wonderful journey, not you so far, but two others, if you don't mind. Yes. And if you like, you can go sit while they tell us their journey. Would you like to sit? Because I want you to also hear this. Ladies and gentlemen, a book is an incredible journey. And I'll have to admit, I think all of us, somebody very famously said, have at least one book inside of us. At least one book. Do we have the gumption to write it or get it written? Very tough, because it's like a massive project. It's like a triple PhD. Just the amount of work that's required. And that work was done not only by Kiri and his entire family, but two very special gentlemen. So I'm going to come back and name a few names a little later. So please bear with me. Allow me to reach home. These are the two gentlemen who joined Kiri in this journey to write this wonderful book, which I hope all of you will somehow get your hands on before you leave today. There are many books. I'll tell you how to get your hands on it a little later in the day, in fact, towards the end. And I do hope you'll take one back, especially signed on the occasion by the author. However, sharing their experiences of writing Stumped and perhaps giving us their own unique highlights, as well as hopefully reading a small passage from the book as well, which we'll try very hard to hide so we don't release it or reveal it till it's released later on. But I'm delighted to call upon, for their own views, short as they may be, thank you, Devashish Sengupta and Dakshish Pathak, the co-authors of this wonderful book. Step on up. We've got two chairs for you. And the stage, as they say, is yours. The microphones are yours. I'm going to keep mine here. And we'd love to hear a bit from you, including, like I said, I am pushing you for this, but maybe a passage, your favorite passage from the book. Ladies and gentlemen, the authors.
Ladies and gentlemen, the dignitaries here, I'm Devashish. I'm actually a professor. My profession, I teach at University of Portsmouth, London. And I would let, before I tell my experience of writing this book, I would like to say something. I think in my experience, when there are different levels of success. And I think one thing I learned about is what success truly is. I think when we achieve a little success, one achieves a little success, or the first success, we start talking about ourselves. When one achieves a little bit more success, then their families, their friends start talking about them. But then there are few who achieve such phenomenal success, who achieve, inspire millions by what they have achieved. Then the world talks about them. But amongst them, then there are very rare people amongst those phenomenal achievers. There are very rare people who do not only inspire people by what they have done or what they have achieved, but by the qualities that they have, by the kind of human being that they are. And I am really honored and privileged to know one such person, Shri Syed Hussain Kirmani. I'll just share a small anecdote. This happened a few days back when we were here for the press conference. And we were with Kirida. I lovingly call him Kirida, so bear with me if I call him Kirida. We were walking and, so many people were greeting him. And one of the security guards, one of the security person, he passed by us and he said, "Namaste, sir," to Kirida. He could have just passed by or he could have just said, "Namaste." But I saw him, he stopped. He put his hand on his shoulders and said, "Namaste, kaise ho bhai?" This is the kind of human being Shri Kirmani is. And that is his greatness that continues to inspire us. In 2017, when I requested him to launch one of my books, and that is the first time when I met him. And then when we started this project, I didn't really have any experience of writing autobiography. My honor is different. I write business books. But narration is something which I perhaps came handy in this experience. And I think I cannot tell you the kind of experience I had in this, because I used to receive these as recorded voice notes, because we were not in the same location. And these voice notes is something which I used to listen and then convert them into those stories. And I think I had the privilege of listening to these stories first time, first hand, and none other than Syed Kirmani talking in my ears, because I was listening to them on headphones. I think none in the world had that privilege which I had, and I think that is one of the, unforgettable experience of that I have had in my life. I think the experience of writing this book, I have learned so many things. But I think many young people in this hall who were perhaps not even born during when Kirida was doing his exploits, the Gen Zs, I think it's a great inspiration to know about his life, to read this book and know about his life, know about his achievements, know what he has done. And I would like to, if you allow me, I would like to read two small passages which are there in the book. And that kind of is a testimony to the kind of impact that Kirmani sir had on not only people who were contemporary to him, but the people who, generations together, who have followed after that. I would read this, and this passage is titled as The Best Loser. The Best Loser. And I quote, "While I was in the 3rd standard at St. Germain's School, our PT instructor, Mr. Brown, encouraged us to pick up boxing gloves and try out the sport. Soon enough, I breezed past the prelims and qualified for the semi-finals. In the semi-final, my opponent was Anglo-Indian boy named Shackleton. The duel did not last long. I punched Shackleton's nose 3 to 4 times, and he started bleeding profusely. I was declared the winner. In the finals, I met another Anglo-Indian boy, John Diaz. I fought very well, yet Diaz was declared the winner. I still don't know how and why I lost the match, but I figured out later that institutions have their own compulsions owing to their affiliations. I was never bitter about my loss, though I was very curious when I was declared the best loser. I did not know what that meant. My elder brother did a bit of spade work after the event. Mr. Brown told him that I fought better than the winner, but a couple of cross shots did me in. Hence, I was given the title of best loser. Nevertheless, I took that in my stride as a true sportsman and would move on." I think we all celebrate wins, victories, but to celebrate, to become a best loser I think is something very rare, that you fought better than the winner. That's why, that speaks volume, that it's not only that you inspire when you win, you can inspire even when you lose, but you lose in a way that you fight, and you fight in a way that is, the winning or losing becomes immaterial. And of course, the great Kapil Dev is here, and two greats who were a part of our 1983 World Cup winning team. And again, I think I would like to read the second and the last passage. The passage is titled as India had won the 1983 Prudential World Cup. We had scripted history on the ground of Lords. As soon as the umpire raised his finger, the crowd ran to the ground in jubilation. And we ran back towards the pavilion for our lives. None of us had time to take a stump or two as memorabilia. The whole crowd was rushing in and we had to run for our lives. I think Jimmy Amarnath managed to take a ball we had used in the match. Nevertheless, the moment was nothing short of euphoria. Little did we know at that point we had become a indelible part of the history that generations of cricket lovers will remember. An underdog team that broke the pride of West Indies and won the World Cup. This moment would prove to be a huge turning point for Indian cricket and would inspire millions of kids to follow and play the sport. Absolutely right. I think we have won World Cups after that, and they have, of course, been phenomenal achievements. But to win it first time, I think is something very, very special. And that win not only changed Indian cricket forever, but I think it changed us as a country. And it changed the perception of the world towards not only Indian cricket, not only towards Indian sport, but towards India as a whole. And I think when I learned, that he says that there are 3 Ds in my life which are important. Discipline, dedication, and determination. Discipline comes first. And I think that talks of that discipline that Charu also mentioned, that's one of the rare events which started on time. I think, and last but not the least, I hope that you will all find time to read this book. And this would also change the image of sports. Of course, that sports is still an extracurricular activity. I think it has to move up. It has to move above that. It has to become something which parents think that it's as much as a valid career option as going into medicine and engineering is. And that kind of ecosystem is created. We have people who are great leaders of the corporate world, sports world, and hope together this book can also help gain that momentum, which helps parents to decide, yes, we want my child, to pursue sports as a career without thinking that, is this a safe option? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope you find time to read this book. Thank you.
At times, the aura of the atmosphere becomes such that the father of English dictionary, Dr. Samuel Johnson, would struggle to find the right word to describe. Seeing the great cricketers from 7 different decades, from the great Chandrasekhar Prasannaji, Brijesh Patel to Rahul Dravid, Kumble, the great Kapil Dev, Kirmani ji, Lakshman, मुझे नहीं लगता, I don't think there would have been any function before this where this galaxy of cricketers must have gathered under one roof. If I am told to describe what I feel, being a part of the great journey of the great Syed Kirmani, I would like to quote Jigar Muradabadi's शेर, मेरा कमाल फन तो बस इतना है जिगर, वो मुझ पे छा गया, मैं ज़माने पे छा गया. So that's, I'll briefly tell my interaction stint and bonding with the great Kirmani. I was a 4th grade school student in 1978 when Karnataka, the Ranji Trophy champions, took on Kalicharan's visiting Caribbeans at Ahmedabad. And at the end of the first day, my uncle, who was an IPS, took us to meet the players, Gundappa Vishwanath, Kirida, Brijesh Patel, Vijay Krishna. I remember those names. But Kirida, my first meeting with him, he offered, we were three kids. He offered one of the bottle of Coca-Cola to me. Kirida, I remember. And that would have been the last one before Boraji Desai banned it from India. So that was the last one you offered me. So it started that way. Since then, I interviewed him many times in my life as a journalist. And every time, he came out with such sublime expressions that no interview would sound a repetition of the previous one. Kirida, having studied English literature, I must tell you, Kapil Dev's Great 11, I would say if you would have taken a career of a professor in English literature, you would have excelled there also. Fantastic expressions, Sunil Gavaskar, Anil Kumble, Rahul Dravid, Kapil Dev himself. Now, coming back to the book, I came midway as a co-writer. Kirida told me that Devda is writing the autobiography part and you have followed my career, so you write the biographical part. So this is the first time that a publisher has adapted the new format of a book as a biography and autobiography both. So what I have seen in Kirida's life, why I would term Kirida as one of the best in the history of 143 years, is the variations behind the wickets he faced. If records speak in numbers, excellence speaks in eternity. So this is Kirida. Look at the variations behind the wickets. In 70s, the great Chandrasekhar, Prasanna ji, Bishan Singh Bedi, Venkat Raghavan, ये सब. Then came Dilip Doshi, Shivlal Yadav and Maninder Singh. These seven were great spinners of different trajectories, lines and speeds. With all my senses intact, I challenge, if the great scientist Stephen Hawking, by his inventions in quantum physics, brings today's young wicketkeeper to 1970, put him behind the wickets against Chandrasekhar or Prasanna, tell him stand on the wickets and take the bells, I bet Kirida did that with so much ease that most of his contemporary batsmen later revealed that he literally forced us, or rather ordered us without a word being spoken not to venture, not to dare to step out of even a millimeter. So that's it. And yeah. So welcome, sir. Yeah, okay. So this is Syed Kirmani for you, and why he is why Syed Kirmani is one of the best, because if you look at the bowler wicketkeeper combination all these years, only 7 to 8 pairs come to your name, come to your mind. Caught Marsh, bowl Lilly. Caught Derek Murray, bowl Andy Roberts. Caught Bari, bowl Imran. Caught Kirmani, bowl Kapil Dev. This is something never seen before and rarely would be seen after. Of Kirida's 160 catches, total dismissals are, as you know, 198. That's also a phenomena, I would say, Anilji. If you look at the stumping and catching total numbers of career dismissals in wicketkeepers, it is around 90 to 10%. Kirida's 198 dismissals accounts for 160 catches and 38 stumpings. This is 20%. Only Godfrey Evans is equal to that. Otherwise, it's 90-10. And of his 160 catches, he has taken 51 catches of Kapil Dev alone. So that's a great... and I'm not drawing any parallels, Kapilda, but having a great wicketkeeper behind the stumps and he engineering or making a catch from a zero chance or half chance elevates, boosts the fast bowler's mood, and he, he does better. Till Kirida was behind Kapil Dev. Kapil Dev's wicket taking average per test was 4.35. I am as clear as this. Kapil Dev was the same after Kirida, but the average per test dipped down to 2.7. That's all I can tell you. And lastly, I have one anecdote Charuchi told me. I remember that which I have written in the book, what Kirida means to other cricketers of other countries also. In 1997, India veterans was playing Pakistan veterans at Ahmedabad, and I was covering the match. And during lunch, I went to interview Zahir Abbas. Zahir Abbas told me in a very aggressive tone, please write down a complaint. I say, Zahir bhai, this is a carnival match. Kya hua? कि नहीं फिर भी आई सेड क्या हुआ ज़हीर अब्बास सेड कि ठीक है कार्निवल है पर कुछ तो नियम होते हैं कि नहीं मैंने बोला हुआ क्या ही सेड कि हम 50 साल के क्रिकेटर्स की मैच में अब 25 साल के किरमानी इसको किस नियम के आधार पे खिला रहे हो उसके रिफ्लेक्सिस आज भी वही हो जो उसने मेरा फैसलाबाद में 13 रन पे कपिल की बॉलिंग पे मेरे परफेक्ट लेग फ्लिक को कैच बनाया था. And last, 1983, Kapil Dev's 83 for 9, Motera Stadium's first test match. I was watching that as a school kid. India was 63 for 9 on the fourth day. हम लोग निकल गए कि गए 20 मिनट तक कोई विकेट नहीं गिरा हम वापस आए जैसे ही आया हम लोग अंदर आए देखा तो किरीदा was talking to मनिंदर सिंह. मनिंदर went to the crease. उसके बाद what I saw, even you could not imagine, Maninder Singh stepping down to Malcolm Marshall at the half pitch, lofted him over his head for a 4, back to back 2 boundaries. उसके 20 साल बाद मैंने किरमानी को पूछा कि आपने मनिंदर को क्या कहा था. He said कि I told मनिंदर कि तेरी बैटिंग में एवरेज क्या है. He said 2 रन तो मार जाके वैसे भी क्या एवरेज बिगड़ने वाली है. So this is Kirida, a great sense of humor. Thanks a lot, and thanks a lot for making us a part of one of the greatest journey, not only of Indian cricket, but 10,000 years of India's written history, which prompted the world to look at us with a different perspective. Thank you.
To Debashish and Dakshesh, we owe a lot. Thank you very much. One maybe last round of applause, please, for our authors. Thank you very much. And on that note, perhaps we can also put our hands together. Of course, there's so many people to thank. But Random House Penguin, our publishers, thank you very much. I'm sure you got representatives here, and we want to officially and formally thank you. And we can put our hands together for our publishers as well, without whom we can't move in the world of books. I think several wonderful points made there, but on a more macro note, there's no doubt in my mind, sure all the sports lovers here, that sports does need to be given a bigger platform. Because it is nothing short. No, why undersell it? Let's kind of call it what it is. It is perhaps the number one, I'm biased because I'm in the world of sport, but the number one nation builder sport. And I think over many, many decades, India has not quite recognized that, but maybe it is now. So we're moving ahead in the world of sport, and hopefully that will lead to many good things for the nation as well, because nothing garners more international attention. Well, I shouldn't say nothing, but a major international attention gatherer is the achievement of sport, of people who obviously represent a country. So all those who represented the country, or at least wished to, or wanted to, or tried to, we owe them a big round of, well, thanks. We will only keep applauding, but that's what we need. We need more people paying attention to sport. Also, I asked our 2 authors to carry on, much as they thought, should we stop, should we not, what should we do? Because we had the entry of our, well, in many ways, chief guest, dignitary, whatever you'd like to call him. But I mentioned earlier that we've got people who've achieved so much in so many fields. One who's achieved so much in the world of politics, governance, to keep our state and maybe more things together is here with us, our Deputy CM, Shri D.K. Shivkumarji. Thank you so much for being here today. Very kind of you. One can only imagine, I mentioned earlier that for each hour there are maybe 50 calls, can you be here, can you do this, can you go there, can you come? But the fact that you've chosen to be here with us, we are very, very grateful. Thank you so much. Okay, so we'll move along now to, I can't promise you, but I feel like promising you some more short tributes. I wouldn't call them speeches. And you'll all be grateful that I'll keep very quiet right now because I am ushering in some greatness right now to maybe sit there and share a minute or two or three or however long he wants because he's the boss and the skipper. Let's first hear from Kapil Dev. Would you step on, please? Thanks, Kapil.
Good afternoon, namaskar. It's really delight to be back in this. No, I feel very uncomfortable. Kirmani won't take catch if I sit. Thank you very much. And now we are here for Kirmani. I must say that in my life, I remember that when I was attending the camp here, under 19, and Kiri and Vishy come from West Indies with the blood all over their faces and hand and whatever one can say that, and they come to see us, and the first person in my life I took autograph from Kiri and Vishy. The first autograph when you take, you remember, and he was very kind enough to written in that. He said, "What's your name?" I said, "Kapil." He wrote only caps, and he said, "Tons of runs and tons of wicket to you." He did ask me, he was talking to everybody, all the youngster, "What do you do? क्या करते हो? क्या करते हो?" हमारे से तो बोला भी नहीं जा रहा था, तो I said to कि हम बैटिंग भी कर लेते हैं, बॉलिंग भी कर लेते हैं. So he spent a couple of hours, Vishy and him, and we were more curious to know what happened in West Indies, but didn't have a guts to ask him. There was a time when senior cricketers come, you just go shut totally, and you look up and down totally, try to see how he's standing, what he's doing. And I was so fortunate, I spent time with him, and not time only, a lot of great memories, and learned so much. You learn from your cricketing friends, and he was good enough to give us a little bit of knowledge about the game, because I come from an agriculture background to these cultured people. And I was totally different. I didn't know nothing about the mannerism. Like he said, sit, I can't sit in front of when so many big people are sitting. So I learned over the period of time from these cultured people, and they were absolutely cultured, and I was agriculture. I didn't know how to react to these people. But I must say, Kiri, you were one of the finest cricketer which I played. Never raised his voice. I mean, sometimes we used to get annoyed also, being honest. Come on, Kiri bhai, bolo na kuch. Kya miya, kya bolna? So he did all that, and we used to say, यार क्या कहाँ का आदमी है, बोलता ही नहीं है, थोड़ा सा जोश चाहिए होता है ना. So he was very calm, quiet, and few things we can remember. My first trip to Kenya, he was part of that. I was part of that, not he. He was there, and Raj Bhai took me, and I met Kirmani there as officially introduced. Then I explained him, मैं आपको बैंगलोर में मिला था क्या? अच्छा अच्छा, very good. And छोटी सी कहानी थी, आजकल तो वो बहुत अलग सी है कि मेरे को बहुत ठंड लग रही थी और मेरे पास स्वेटर भी नहीं था, और उस समय ये जो आजकल के बच्चे इंडियन टी शर्ट शर्ट डाल के घूमते हैं ना और स्वेटर डालते हैं, हमारे टाइम नहीं घूम सकते थे, अलाउड नहीं था. एंड दे यूज्ड टू से यू हैव टू स्वेट फॉर दैट, आपको पसीना बहाना पड़ेगा टू वेयर दिस शर्ट. And Kiri Bhai was good enough to give me the sweater, and Sunny Bhai really said that. He said, "Come on, remove this, remove." As a youngster, I said, "Yes, sir, yes, sir." He said, "Remove. The day you play for India, you can wear this." So we used to take a pride about these small, small things. Today, cricket have changed. We played in a different era. We should not talk too much about our era. Today's cricketers are fantastic. They've done wonderfully well. But I think they are far better than us, without any doubt. Only one thing we are better than them is the experience which we had. Otherwise, everything what they are doing is great. They may be best bowler will come, best batsman will come, but the experience what we had, they don't have. That's why we always said this youngster must go and take a lesson for a person like Kiri or Rahul or Anil or Lakshman or Prasi or Venkat and so many other great cricketers sitting here. And that's what we used to do. Today's cricketers are slightly changed. They think they know everything. New generation, they were talking about new generation, they are new generation. But Kiri, we want to wish you all the luck, all the happiness. God give you all the strength. And I hope you and your family and what you did for Indian cricket is lot of people knows, but lot of people don't know. But through your book, everybody will come to know that. This is the new thing happening. Our generation cricketer start writing the book. Last week, a week back, Mohinder Amanath written. What a lovely book he wrote. And Fearless was the name. Then Sandeep Patil. Then Kiri comes and somebody asked, why don't you write? I said, I didn't go to the best school to write a book. So it takes me time to write. So maybe the next life I will write, but I feel reading these people are good enough. But thank you, Kiri. You invited me, given me opportunity to come here. आपके साथ जो बिताया हुआ समय, कुछ बातें तो मैं बता सकता हूँ, कुछ बता भी नहीं सकता. मियाँ सच बोलते नहीं बता सकता कि वो वहीं रहने दो, छोड़ दो. तो इसलिए बहुत मज़ा आया इनके साथ. साइम पैसे नहीं होते थे, हम तो ढूंढते थे कोई खाना खिला दे. तो कभी बोलते तुम यहाँ कोई ढूंढो ना आदमी कोई. Every people have their own people. मुस्लिम थे तो मैंने कहा कोई मियाँ मुआ ढूंढो ना यार, कोई कबाब कबूब खिलाओ. और साउथ इंडियन वैसे थोड़े वेजिटेरियन थे ज़्यादा, तो फिर नहीं कुछ होता था तो हम कहते थे किसी को, यार कोई इडली और सांभर ही खिला दो यार, क्योंकि पैसे थे नहीं, खाना तो खाना है ना. तो आई थिंक वी हैड अ ग्रेट टाइम, वी एंजॉयड आवर life, and now we want to say, Kiri, your second inning is hope give you more strength, happiness, and lots of love. You done wonderfully well, absolutely wonderfully well for yourself, for your family, and for cricket.
Thank you, Skip. Gosh, for a moment I thought you were about to come out with some of the stories. I don't know. It's a family gathering. So, but I just very quickly, I don't know why these things strike people when they do, but one man on this earth is always just I say it in lighter vein, mazak kar raha hu main, but in one man on this earth is a little peeved whenever people talk about, did you remember that catch? That 1983 catch of piche jaake aur mid wicket aur kya pakda? And of course we all remember Kapil's catch, but one man says, kya yaar? Kisi ko yaad hi nahi hai? Bowler kaun tha? So poor Madan Lal was always on the wrong side of that memory. But oh, what a World Cup. What a win. Some other people that I'd like to quickly say hello to because I've seen them now. Mr. Husser, thank you very much for being here. A big part of sport and administration here just because I see you. Also, I see at the back my very, very good friend who has supported cricket in his own way, even though he runs some other industry, it doesn't matter, but he's a leader, industry leader in his own way. And I'd love to recognize Mr. Anand Dadu. Thank you very much for all your contribution to cricket in Karnataka and to make sure that all of us are well fed after Kapil's era. And of course, at the back, I see Mr. C.G.K. Bhupati. Mr. Bhupati, are you still here? Thank you so much for doing whatever you have for the world of sport and, of course, particularly to your son, who earned enormous laurels for the country and, of course, and many others. I think I must also very quickly thank, which I didn't at the top and I should have, everybody at this magnificent Karnataka State Cricket Association. Thank you so much. This is the storied P2 that we're all sitting at, the KSCA. So can we please put our hands together for KSCA, in particular, for being the host today. Bhatta, the president is here. Mr. Santosh is here, the vice president. No, also. And a few others. Whom did I spot? Oh, many others. Also, Ralph Lauren, I think, is here, wherever he is. We'll have you speak a little later, so I'll introduce then. The VP is also here, and quite a few others. And talk about the swiftness of Kiri. Who was it said that, why have you put a 25-year-old against us? Kisne bola wo Abba Zahir. So I remember playing just some kind of a match here at the KSCA. I was very delighted to play some kind of a, KSCA, AB, whatever, veterans kind of match. And then I saw this man in the covers, and he's a little older to me, and the way he was running around and swooping down on the ball and what have you, it was just remarkable. So Sudha, great to see you here. Very generous man, and I've known him well over the years, and I thank you for all your generosity over all these years. And I'll keep naming a few as I see them. Also my classmates here, Sanjay Agarwal, thank you very much. Good to see you here with Jaya. It'll be useful to see you in our reunions. I said this openly now in public, you're under pressure now. All right. Today is also a very special day, as we all know, and how long can we ignore it? Not too long, because most of you know. In case you don't, we will not be singing, and we may just offer a polite applause at this point of time, but there is a little something special planned for later. So at this point of time, just maybe a polite recognition through applause. Although the cat's out of the bag in many ways, people may have read it in the papers or otherwise. And of course, if you're listening to commentary with the test match going on, the Boxing Day test match in Melbourne, then our wonderful friend, Sunny Gavaskar, also let the cat out of the bag by saying, oh, by the way, 29 December is also a very special day. Because I had a few stats about 29 December, because it is the 75th birthday of Syed Kirmani. How about that? Wow. Thank you. We have a special celebration towards the end of this, and I'm trying to get to that very quickly. But on that note, I do have to once again thank, I think I thanked them or mentioned them at the top, but maybe not deliberately enough or didn't spend enough time on that. But I think Kiri is also what he is as a product of his immense belief and faith and his trust in his family. His entire family is here today. So once again for the Kirmani family, thank you so much. Kunal in particular, thank you very much for holding my hand through all of this. You guys have been like a rock. And I know Kiri loves his family and depends on them. Okay. We also have some video tributes. Now, this gentleman is obviously in Melbourne or wherever he may be. He travels around the world all the time still, just not stopping. He's on the treadmill. But we have video tributes. I think we're ready with them, yes? So let's have the first one. You might recognize his voice, if not his face. Mr. Gavaskar.
Hi, I'm delighted to send this message for my very, very dear friend, Syed Mustaba Hussain Kirmani, for his book release. Firstly, of course, happy birthday, Syed Mia, on your, I won't go, on your 34th birthday. I won't go into the actual birthday, on your 34th birthday. Just want to wish you all the very best for you and your family and your loved ones. May God bless you all. I'm happy to know that you're coming out with your autobiography. which is long overdue because you've been such an integral part of India's success in the 70s and the 80s. Your wicket keeping was of the highest class. You were a team man right till the very end, absolutely to the core, as they say, and you were very, very popular. Your sense of humor in the change room, saying the right things at the right time to lessen the tension in the change room and make the change room relax is legendary. And we all love you for it. You had such an important role to play in that 1983 World Cup win. I know that sometimes, a wicketkeeper is overlooked. And you know why? Why is a wicketkeeper overlooked? Because he doesn't make mistakes. And that has been your greatness. Your greatness has been that despite being overlooked, the players who played with you knew how great you were. So I just want to wish you all the very, very best for your book release. I'm looking forward to reading it when I return to India. Please excuse me for not being there today because I'm committed to do commentary for the India-Australia series. So kindly excuse me for that. Once again, all the very best for your book and all the very best to you, your family, and may you have all the joys in the world. God bless you all.
May your sunny days continue. Wonderful to hear from him. From a great to a great. Thank you. And I think he made some very valuable points about your being a team man as well as, of course, being virtually error-free. But if you think that I'm here because of some other reason or whatever other reason, you may be wrong. May I see a show of hands? How many people here? Maybe a half dozen? I don't know. We'll see. How many people have roomed while playing cricket with Syed Kirmani? One? Come on, guys. Two, thank you. I may be in a class of three. Because JK, if you're still here, thank you so much for including me in that tour. About 20 years ago and a bit, we all toured Europe and elsewhere and wherever else for some cricket. And I had the wonderful privilege of being on that tour and rooming with Syed Kirmani. So it was a wonderful privilege. We enjoyed that tour. We had a great time, and thank you. That's why I'm here today. So room with him in case you want to do what I'm doing. Let's move on to yet another absolute global icon. I mean, I don't need to say anything more. For any one of our speakers, I don't need to say anything at all. But he could well be termed even the father of information technology in India. And what has he not done to bring India on right in front of the global map? The importance of India can very often be gauged from what was created many decades ago. A beautiful company that still flowers and blossoms under his guidance, Infosys. We have the founder here with us, and we're delighted to have Mr. Narayan Murthy come and share his thoughts with us here today. I think in many ways he mirrors what sport is all about, dedication and discipline and everything else. Sir, an honor. That's fine, any one of those if you like. Oh, you will? Thank you.
Well, happy birthday, Kirmani Sahab. I thank you very much for making this a very unique day. To be sitting along with the heroes of Indian cricket. I mean, there is VVS Lakshman, there is Ashok Anand, there is Anil Kumble, Rahul Dravid, Brijesh, Chandrasekhar, and Prasanna, and of course sitting behind one and only Kapil Dev, and being part of the book release of one of the finest wicket keepers in the world is indeed a great opportunity, and I thank you very much for that kindness. I have known Sri Kirmani for over 30 years. I remember first time he came to Infosys with G.R. Vishwanath, another hero of mine. And if I'm not wrong, he was with SBI at that time, right?
And I told my CFO immediately, when an institution has G.R. Vishwanath and Kirmani, then why is it that we don't have an account with them? And of course, we did that. Mr. Prasanna was senior to me by 3 years at the National Institute of Engineering. And he was the one, he had just gone to West Indies, if I'm not wrong. It was in '62 when, we were all up the whole night because West Indies is about 8.5 hours behind India. And therefore, we used to look for a wicket from Prasanna. Then, of course, Chandrasekhar brought so much of joy to all of us. And I have known Chandrasekhar for the last 30 years again. But to participate in the book release of one of the finest wicket keepers in the world is indeed a great privilege. Syed Kirmani has, as you all know better than I do, has been top scorer in a series, has hit hundreds. He very early, probably very early in his career, he equaled the world record of 6 catches by a wicket keeper. So you name it, he's done all of that. But there is one thing about him which is like with other Karnataka cricketers. Javagal Srinath is not here, he's another good friend. Venkatesh Prasad I don't see, he's another good friend. One thing very common with the Karnataka cricketers, with whom of course I have interacted a lot more than other cricketers, so it's not a commentary on other cricketers, is simply this: their humility is something unheard of. Here is Anil Kumble with 700 plus test wickets. It's only 3 people have got about that, if I'm not wrong. Shane Warne, Murali Muthaya, whatever it is, and Anil perhaps. But yet, when you meet these people, the kindness that they show to you is truly extraordinary. Kirmani is one such, absolutely one such. And of course, G.R. Vishwanath is another one. So I am very, very grateful for this opportunity. I have enjoyed every minute of the commentary that we used to listen when you were playing. In fact, I must say this, when India won the '83 World Cup, I was in Manhattan. One of my colleagues came and said, India won the World Cup. There were 4 or 5 people said, are you mad or something? What are you saying? He said, no, India has actually won the World Cup. And then, he's drunk, just leave him. And then, those days, there were no phone, nothing. But then we came to know next morning that India had actually won under the leadership of Kapil Dev and Kirmani participation. So therefore, I think those of us who have cheered Kirmani from the sidelines, from the stands, or sometimes from the pavilion, we are all his admirers. We wish him a long, happy, healthy, productive, purposeful, and prosperous life. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Murthy, once again for being here, and thank you for sharing your thoughts and words and memories. They'll always be very, very special. Okay, we'll move along. That I agree with, though. I mean, it doesn't need me to agree. All of us know that the cricketers produced from, I'm not going to speak for the entire South, but certainly Karnataka, they have been role models. I mean, once again, I speak on a personal note, and I mentioned that right at the top. It's not just the achievement, but it's what you are as a human being. And I think those who've achieved in sport, generally from Karnataka, certainly in cricket, have been exemplary in terms of their human qualities. So thank you once again, you guys, for leading that aspect of the world of sport. Fabulous. Thank you. Well, as we know, maybe when he comes a little later, he might touch upon it, barely, because we're not going to give him too much time. We'll give him a little time to touch upon the various aspects of his life. One, of course, was real life as well, because as we know, he was pulled into the world of cinema for a short while. It was cricket's loss, cinema's gain for a short while. But I do hope we have the message that I think we have. If we do, then let's hear from the Bhidu.
सईद भाई आदाब, भिड़ो जैकी, फारूक भाई के बाद विकेट कीपिंग संभालना बहुत बड़ी बात होती है भिड़ो, और उसके अंदर भी शाइन करना, वाह, बहुत इज्जत हमेशा. My respects to you and your family and to the book that you're launching 29 दिसंबर को. मैं आने की कोशिश करूंगा. It'll be an honor for me to come. अगर इधर कुछ लोचे नहीं, अगर ज्यादा शूटिंग ना हो तो मैं जरूर आऊंगा. कहीं जाना हो, कहीं शूटिंग होता है, कहीं ना कुछ होता है ना, अगर वो हुआ तो नहीं आऊंगा तो वीडियो कॉल करूंगा. बाकी ऑल द बेस्ट भाई, आपकी बहुत इज्जत करते हैं हम लोग, अपनी पूरी गैंग है आपके फैन. एक नंबर.
Well, we needed some cinema, didn't we? Thank you, Jackie. Thank you very much. So whoever's recording this, we thank Jackie from the bottom of our hearts. We'll, of course, move on. There are some other tributes. This is an important one because, Kiri wears many feathers in his cap, and one was the fact that he was a very committed corporate citizen as well. Because he was, I remember the little story, I wonder if the gentleman who's going to be talking next will tell us a bit. I'm sorry to rob these words off you, but I believe he was only 17, our author and star, when he was absorbed into the ranks of the State Bank of India. And then, once he joined, he then had to take some leave to finish his class 12 exam, and it was like a crazy story. I mean, at that point of time, I think the kind of support that one would have received from getting an assignment with the State Bank of India at that age would have been mind-boggling. Anyway, I'm sure it was a very important chapter in his life, the whole association with State Bank of India. And we're delighted that we have the Managing Director, Retail Business and Operations with us here today, who brings lots of his experience in terms of banking, but I'm sure some experiences or that he might have heard or actually interacted with Syed Kirmani. It's my pleasure to call Mr. Vinay Tonse for his thoughts here today. Thank you so much. Delighted to have you. Oh, you want? Get it.
Before all the legends, I actually feel humbled. I should say I'm stumped. Hardly have any words, but then I must mention here a few things as a state banker. What brings me here today, we had met Kirmani Sahib sometime in the first week of March this year, when you had said that please mark this date. And there are two commitments, one from the bank to a senior colleague that will be supporting you in all your endeavors, and this is one of them. Second was my personal commitment to you as a schoolboy fan. Many of you may be aware that I'm also from Bangalore, and I had my entire education here till I joined the State Bank of India, and only after that I moved out. Now I will narrate a few experiences that I have particularly about State Bank, otherwise much has been spoken. Charu was right. He joined at 17. And if that had happened today, I think many of us would be, in the court. How did you employ a minor? And make him work? But it is right. And some stats, if I recall, he represented India for about 15 years, Kirmani sir, Karnataka for 25 years, and State Bank of India for 40 years, for a full 40 years. I thank you on behalf of State Bank of India also. 1968, up 41 years with the bank. Amazing. Now, a personal experience. I used to be in one of my much earlier assignments. I used to teach in the staff training center in Bangalore, Baswangudi, near the National College. And we used to have youngsters from across India who had just joined the bank as direct recruits for training. This would be a 1-month training. And after about 8 or 9 days, interest would start flagging. We would tell them, just to increase their involvement with the bank, engagement with the bank, that, we are so great, we are 200-year-old, we have so many thousands of branches. All that would last for about a week, 10 days. Then I would, as a coordinator of that program, to keep the interests of the kids, all 22, 23-year-old, flying high, I would call Raghunath. Raghu sir, ನನಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಬೇಕು ನಿಮ್ಮಿಂದ. ಏನಪ್ಪ ಆಗಿದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸರ್, ಒಂದ್ಸಲಿ ಪ್ರೀ-ಡಿನ್ನರ್ ಟಾಕ್ಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕು. And he would get the 3 of you. You may recall this. Raghunath, Kiri, Vishi sir, as well as Roger sir. All of you would come and then engage them. Now again, one very interesting thing. I would have scared these boys, do not ask anything controversial. Because at that time, Vishi sir was part of the ICC referees, if I remember. And Raghunath would tell me that ki kuch zyada nahi puchna controversial cricket ke baare. Fine. So after about half an hour into this address, all of you talking, very interesting, but my kids would go out of questions. Then I would slowly nudge someone. Zimbabwe 83 ke baare mein pucho. 83 Zimbabwe. Then someone would ask. Then this man would start off. Suddenly, as it is, he has a clipped accent. Suddenly he would attain the accent of a Viv Richards. Wow. Don't get me started on that, man. The kids would start off. You know where we were? 17 for 5. And this man had I think he had the privilege of being one of the eyewitnesses, because that day, if you all recall, BBC was on strike, and he would start off, "Ye Kapil, yaar." Kapil Sahab? He would start off completely on this, how you had a partnership of, from 17 for 5 onwards, and after that, your partnership was 126, if I recall. And then how in 138 balls, 175 for him, and for you, 56 balls, 26. I hope my figures are right. And then he would go on till we had to nudge him, "Sab, dinner ready hai abhi." Otherwise, I was worried that, he would last till breakfast. That was the emotion he used to have, the passion which he used to have. Thank you very much for whatever you have done. We used to, across India, whenever we had any deposit mobilization, Kiri Saab would come and actually sign the fixed deposit certificates. And people would line up in front of branches for depositing. Those were the days, lovely days. Thank you very much. And I'll stop here in the interest of time. Otherwise, I can also go on. There's so many stories which I can narrate. And on behalf of State Bank of India, we are very happy to be committed to this book release. And also on my personal behalf, and wish you a very, very happy 75th. Thank you very much, sir, for getting me here. And just another thing. He always says, every time we have a conversation, he says, "Call me Syed." I say, "Wo chhod dijiye sab, give up. Nahi bula sakta hu. You are a senior to me in the bank also."
Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. It always means a lot to those who pursued sport in the past, particularly when, as has been mentioned, the remuneration wasn't much to have a corporate employment, and that too for the long term. So I know how important it was then and still is. And long may this situation persist in India, where corporates recognize that sports persons do need that level of support as early as possible. Maybe not before 18, but as early as possible. And to set the record straight, he was only an intern then, only an intern. And then, of course, later after he was 18, things went a lot better. I have thanked the KSCA. I see many friends of mine here, Jabs at the back, or I should say Ralph Lauren, if I'm not incorrect. There are many others. B. Raghu, thank you so much for all your help and support for the state as well as the bank. BR, thank you. And many others. But I will skip all the rest of the names to get one person to represent the KSCA today. It could be one of several, but they drew a lot. And the name that came out, no, I'm just kidding, it was forwarded to me, is the current vice president of the KSCA. Also, of course, for us who follow many things of the KSCA closely, the commissioner of the Maharaja Trophy as well, which is very important for all of us. It's the flagship tournament of the state. And it's my privilege to call upon Mr. Sampat Kumar for a quick word on behalf of the KSCA, because obviously the KSCA and Kiri are twins, they're conjoined in terms of long-term presence and effort. Thank you, Sampat. Take the microphone.
Very good morning, everyone. I'm choked. I never thought that I would be on the dais to speak in front of dignitaries, legends of cricket, and also ladies and gentlemen. It's indeed a rare privilege for me to be here. Kiribai, as I call him, the first time when I was in school, in Sainik School, Bijapur, he had come with the Karnataka Ranji Trophy team under the captaincy of V. Subramaniam. And Kiri visited our school campus, I still remember. Kiri had just come back from the England schoolboys team. Kiri, I would say, is one of the finest wicket keepers the world has ever produced. And more than anything, he is a great human being. Because he used to come, because I had the fortune of meeting him often, because my younger son and Sadiq played cricket together. So I used to see him, his family there whenever Sadiq was playing for the state. Anyway, Kiribai, all the best, many happy returns of the day. Everything has been said, including the fact that I am also stumped. Apart from what Mr. Vinay said about being stumped, I am also stumped. Cheers. God bless.
Thank you, Sampat. Thank you very much for those emotion-filled words. I think we've made enough reference to the fact that sports persons from Karnataka have showcased not only the global prowess that they've showcased over many, many decades, over many sports, but somebody please remind me, what was, according to me, sorry, it's not a test, it's not a schoolboy thing, but what else have they showcased which is very dear to me and to all of us? We've said that enough times. Pardon? Yes, and this whole character, personality thing about being a good human being. And I say that and I remind ourselves, all of us and myself, because we are about to hear from another prime example of that twinning effect of good guys do win at the very top. Here's another video tribute.
Hi, I'm Prakash Padukone. I'm delighted to learn that Kiri's autobiography is being launched today. Would have loved to be present personally, but I'm out of the country now and hence will not be able to attend the event in person. Kiri, as you all know, has contributed in a big way to Indian cricket and Karnataka cricket. He has many laurels to his credit, including the famous 1983 World Cup triumph in England. I'm sure the book will have a lot of insights of his struggles and how he overcame those challenges. It will surely be an interesting read for the avid cricket fans. I wish Kiri good luck for all his future endeavors and wish the event a grand success. Thank you.
Well, perhaps a timely reminder that before the 1983 World Cup win, which was so important for that sport, there was another world champion. The All England was called the World Championship in many ways then. Earlier than 1983 was around 80 or so, 81. So thank you so much, Prakash, for your video message and for leading the way for so many sports persons, particularly in badminton, in the decades to follow. We are about to reach the end of our tribute flow. And thereafter, of course, we'll hear from the birthday boy himself, who has promised his family that he will take only 3 hours. But he'll come a little later. Before that, though, of course, we are delighted that we have the Honorary Consul General of Guyana in the USA. And like I said, I forget, because I think he wears many feathers in the cap. I do beg your pardon. I don't know the rest, but perhaps you can let us know, although, of course, you are here because of your dear friend, Syed Kirmani. So, ladies and gentlemen, do please put your hands together for somebody who's a very valued speaker at this event, having come from a distance, Mr. Lutfi Hassan. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon. When I landed last night, Kirbai told me that you'll be speaking. I didn't know that I was going to speak, so I had to put some notes together in order to, of course, be precise and save time. So I've put together a couple of notes here, but before that, I am honored that I'm getting this opportunity to speak this afternoon before the legends of cricket, the Deputy Chief Minister here, all the other dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Kirbai, happy birthday to begin with, yes. It's my absolute honor and privilege to stand before you today to talk about living legend, someone who has left an indelible mark not only on Indian cricket, but also on the hearts of the millions worldwide. Syed Mujtaba Hussain Kirmani, or as we lovingly call him, Kiri. They say a great wicketkeeper is like a good umpire. If they are doing their job right, you hardly notice them. But Kiri was the exception. His brilliant somersault catches and lightning reflexes made sure no one could ever ignore him. Kiri's illustrious cricketing career is a story of dedication, grit, and brilliance. Representing the state of Karnataka and later India on the global stage, he brought unmatched energy and skill to the game. His incredible wicket-keeping abilities, iconic catches, and the sheer artistry with which he handled the bat made him one of the greatest cricketers of his time. Quoting another legendary all-rounder, Syed Abid Ali, at this occasion, Kiri was one of the best keepers in the world has ever seen. Did a lot for India and the cricket. Richly deserves this recognition and reward. My prayers are with Kiri for continued success, end of quote. One of the most unforgettable chapters of his career, and indeed Indian cricket history, was his partnership with Kapil Dev in 1983 World Cup, which we all know. The pivotal stand not only rescued India from the precarious position, but also set the stage for India's historic World Cup win, a moment that forever changed the fortunes of Indian cricket. But Kiri's legacy
extends far beyond the cricket field, and he has worn many hats with equal grace. As a family man, he has always been a devoted father, a loving grandfather, and a father-in-law. A guiding force from his extended family, offering advice and support as a respected elder. And as a multi-talented individual, he even ventured into acting, demonstrating the same charisma and versatility that made him a legend on the pitch. Today, we celebrate the release of his autobiography. We're also marking a significant milestone, his 75th birthday. The book promises to unveil the untold stories of the cricketing journey, offering fans and admirers a glimpse into the life and mind of a true sporting icon. Adding to this significant moment, we are honored to present a congressional medallion commissioned by U.S. Congressman Jonathan Jackson, the son of the great leader, the legend, Reverend Jesse Jackson of Chicago, to memorialize Kiri's extraordinary contributions to cricket and the inspiration he has provided to countless individuals. Dr. VJP, a senior advisor to Congressman Jackson, is here, my dear friend from Chicago, to present this to the legendary icon in the presence of the Deputy Chief Minister here. So, and please, Mr. Narayan Murthy, to please join us here. Yeah. We ask Mr. Kapil Dev to please join us as the chief guest here. Please come and join us, sir. Thank you. Happy birthday once again, Kiri.
Thank you, Mr. Hassan. That was indeed a rare honor. Thank you very much. Okay, we're about to reach the end of this. Like I said, we are probably 45 seconds away from hearing from the Deputy Chief Minister. And that 40-second bit is going to be taken by the Managing Director. Somebody pick up that microphone, please. Of Altius, Mr. Murli. Thank you so much for your support. And we'd love to have you come up on the stage and pick up a microphone and offer a quick tribute to the great Mr. Kirmani.
Good afternoon. I must recall my meeting with Mr. Narayana Murthy in his home office, and I called Pandu. I wanted to meet him immediately, except time. One quick learning, he talked about not the success, path to success. This is what he talked about. I was a school boy. We were all watching, not watching at the time, in our hometown, small hometown in Tamil Nadu. We did not have television at the point of time. We were listening to all the school boys. We were listening to the cricket commentary. Everyone talked about '83 World Cup final Lords. But what attracted me, or what went into my mind is that India-Zimbabwe match. If we had lost that match from 17-5, we all lost the hope as a small kid and the schoolboy. that match winning led to the success. So it's just not the success alone. Lord's match everyone can remember, but the India-Zimbabwe match, the path led to the success. Both the legendary Kapil Dev and Mr. Kirmani made a big difference. Time passed. Sometime later, when I became very successful in business, somebody was sitting in my office and he was talking about something at the time, there was a meeting fixed with Mr. Kirmani. He wanted to meet me through some common friend. We ran, in Bangalore, we conduct Bangalore Marathon here. Somebody introduced Mr. Kirmani, he wanted to meet. I told him, I'll come and meet you, sir. He said, no, I'll come to your office and meet. I told my friend, he is coming to meet. He was a little critical about sports and cricket. He said, success meets success. I have no role to play. I was looking at, somebody, a legend like Mr. Kirmani, walking to my office, so humble, so humiliated. It was a humiliating experience for me. I did not know what is the agenda. He came and asked. I asked him, is there any way I can be of any support? He said, I need some support. I need some help. I was thinking, is something he's going to ask for him or his family? He came and asked for support for handicapped children. They have a school NGO, somebody is running an NGO in Sarjapur. He has asked, can you build a facility for them? Then I realized what Mr. Narayanamurthy said. Just not the success, how success can be used for purpose of life. There was a big learning that day. It was a big striking force for me. Just not being successful. Can you put that success into uplifting the society? That was a big learning, Mr. Kirmani. Wish you all the very best and happy birthday to you on your 75th birthday. I pray my Lord Ram to bless you with the next 25 years of great life so that you celebrate 100th year here. Thank you.
Well, what's the function without a snafu or two? So my apologies, not from Altius, but from Shriram Properties. Murli, thank you very much for that story. And we value your support to cricket and sports in general. Thank you very much. Okay, just before the keynote address, we are delighted, of course, that we have the presence of the Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka, who holds the reins of this wonderful state in his hands. And I'm sure he's working very, very, very hard to make sure all of us have a better life in the state. However, today he's spared time for us here. So ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the Deputy CM, Mr. D.K. Shivkumar. Can we have you say a few words, sir? Thank you. These are just my notes.
Good afternoon to all of you. Sorry I was a little late. All of us had to be in Delhi because of our great former Prime Minister's death ceremony. I had just forgotten this program. Then one of my friends reminded me. Anyway, today I'm here first to wish a happy birthday boy, 75 years. I don't know, we all will pass that age. God should be so kind. I'm very happy to see all the big legend of this country. You all are not your personal asset. You all are the nation asset who are standing before us. Young man from Karnataka who has made a long history in Indian cricket and the sports. Anyway, you all are brought laurels, starting from Kirmani, Vishy, Chandrasekhar, Brijesh and everyone, and to our young friends, still they are alive, so strong. Maybe all of them, including a lot of others still, who have been in the 90s, 2000 and all, like Kumble, our Dravid and all of them still young, still they can play. But I don't know why they made them out and they have set them out. Anyway, I don't know why Kiri called me as a politician. You should keep politicians out of these activities. All politicians are very dangerous. You should not allow. Earlier, some court kept politicians out of this cricket administration. Now I think something is going right. We should be out of this. We should not be a part of this. That is also, I personally feel. We should be in a different arena. You should run the system. We should not run the system. Anyway, I don't like to speak anything much on this one. I'm very happy from Karnataka. You made our country proud. All of you made our country proud. I have not come here as a deputy chief minister. First, I have come here as a fan of Kirmani first. I am a fan of Kirmani, Vishwanath and Chandrasekhar. Three in my school days. Mr. K. Nagaraj was the secretary here. He was from my village. At young time, I knew his son and myself used to study together in the NPS school. I used to go for the tickets whenever all this, those days, Pakistan, India, all this thing. Then he used to, liberally, I was a small student leader, also used to take a letter and give me hundreds of tickets. Then like a hero, I used to distribute to everyone, and I became a student leader by that time. And now I am representing. My history, like Kirmani, goes very long. I am a 40, I have contested about 10 elections now, and I am on this. Anyway, forget politics. But as a important, you all have contributed to the nation. I remember one thing. Mr. Narayan Swamy is here. As Urban Development Minister at Krishna's time, Krishna's government, we were planning for this airport. I met, before we appointed, requested Narayan Swamy to be the chairman of this international airport. He gracefully agreed, and I took that responsibility to be head that corporation, because no one came forward. Then Krishnaji asked me to once go and meet Ratan Tata. I just met him, had it. Then he advised me one thing. He had kept a small board there. What he said was, DK, he used to call me DK. It was my third meeting with him as a businessman, myself as a politician. He said, if you want to walk fast, walk alone. If you want to walk far, walk together. I feel this is what cricket is. All of us has to walk together. The entire team has to work together to reach a big destination. So ultimately, you all have saved the country, helped the country, and Mr. Kirmani, from a Jaimal streets, not with a big background. Those days, there was no training coaches, there were no training centers. When we see all our big legends like Brijesh and all over there, they did not have any big coaches or training schools which we have now today. But still, with all the international competition, whatever they had, they have kept our country proud. Anyway, I wish all the best to all of them. But talent will take you very high position, but character only to help to maintain the position. So Kirmani is one among them. This is what I can feel. All of you are maintaining a good relation. I could remember what Mr. Kapil said. There is no match for experience. Experience makes man perfect. That is what I could see. So the honest relationship, what you all have maintained, it is like a water. It doesn't have any color or any taste, but still it is important. So whichever age you belong, whichever generation you belong, your memory and your contribution to the field has made us so strong. Anyway, I don't like to take much of your time. Mr. Kirmani, a great friend of mine. Recently, we, myself, Mr. Farooq Abdullah, and we both had a drink. We had a drink note together. Dinner. Dinner with a drink. No drink, he did not drink. I think I and we had a drink. So pure heart, his heart is like a temple. The world Kirmani is still smiling. We want to still smile more. So as my friend said, 100 years should be there. We should enjoy that 100 years birthday. Anyway, I remember I used to tell in various occasions, if you forget the root, you will not get the fruit. The root is the KCA. You all are doing well. I remember KCA also. You have created a lot of great things. Now, going to the rural parts. Recently, I went to Tumkur. All of them started this one in the entire state. They are building stadiums, creating new boys from the rural parts. That is what, as Mr. Kapil said, that he is from an agriculture family. Though agriculture, that is the root. Without farmer, The country still has 67% of the farmer population. The urbanization has become 39%. But still, without agriculture, without nothing can happen in this country. You can't be strong, you can't be vibrant, you can't show something. Still, agriculture has a very difference. So you all are from the roots. You will have definitely come out. Anyway, Kirmani, all your family is there. I'm very happy to see them. Not only your family who has taken birth with you or celebrated, shared your birth. All of us are your family. We all are your family. We have come you, we'll be a part of you, we'll be a part of your success story. I think you deserved 100 test matches. Yeah, 88 only you closed. But still a lot of that contribution. I don't know what your destiny is. When you fall into our eyes, still more awards you may get. I don't know. I don't want to comment on that much. Anyway, I wish you all the best. Sometime let us meet, let us join, and let us share various moments. I was very happy to hear various experience what you all shared. Anyway, I wish you all the best. I have come here once again, not as a deputy secretary, a fan of Kirmani and his association, and a member of KCA. I said to you, Nagaraj, you took only 2,000 rupees when you made Bijesh is laughing. I gave an empty check when I became a member. Good politicians are not in this board. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Shivkumar. Thank you very much for your words. I just want to very quickly add that, the politics and politicians get a bad rap for, maybe reasons that are not adequate. Because as far as I'm concerned, the world of sport needs people who've got capability in administration and leadership. So as long as that is a prerequisite, then as far as I'm concerned, all are welcome in the world of sport. Okay, there's only one last set of words we need to hear before the unveiling of this magnificent book. I hope all of you, like I said earlier, pick up a copy, whether you're given one or you pick one up or pay for it or get it signed by Kiri, which is the big thing today, or the big motivator for all of us to get that original first day, first signature kind of thing. But for his reflections, and I can only apologize to add for his brief reflections on this journey of his life, and of course, culminating in the book. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Syed Mushtaba Hussain Kirmani.
A very good afternoon to one and all who are here, especially to my very special invitees from abroad, Lutfi Hassan. I'm honored by your presence, Deputy CM, sir. Kapil Dev, you have given me enough. I have no words to thank all of you for having given me this opportunity, the love and affection, the words, the kindness which you all have expressed on me. Particularly my Managing Director from SBI, Mr. Vinay Tonse, and the other Deputy DMD sir is here, and Madam CGM is also here, and many others. And I would like to acknowledge the presence of the world champion Malati Holla. Where are you? She is on a wheelchair. Where is she? Yeah, she runs a foundation of which I'm a very patron, and thank you very much, Malati Holla. Padam Shri, where are you? Can I see you somewhere? Can we see you? Oh, there you are, seated. Yeah, she's on a wheelchair. She runs a foundation, Matru Foundation, of 14 children, all on wheelchair. They're all the children of the labor class parents. and human service. I have been, normally I don't talk about who my fans are, but I have become her fan. After knowing what she does to those wheelchair children, 14 children. Of course, I would like to acknowledge the presence of Mr. Rajiv Reddy, the country club managing director. Thank you so much. He has come all the way from Hyderabad. And of course, Mr. Sudhir Babu. Mr. Sudhir Babu, thank you so much for coming over from Dubai all the way just for this launch of my autobiography. And of course, my dear Prasanna Chandrasekhar Bridge, and of course, how can I forget the founder of Emphasis, Mr. Narayan Murthy sir. You have honored this entire gathering of all of us here. Thank you so much for coming on to this wonderful occasion of mine. And I'm overwhelmed. I have no words to thank you all for spending so much of your time on a Sunday where you're supposed to be relaxing at home, recuperating yourself for the coming week. And let me take this opportunity before it slips off my shining and slippery head. Wish you all a very happy New Year, which is around the corner. Right, and wish you all good health, happiness, and long life. Please, a round of applause for Malati Holla, Arjuna Awardee, Padam Shri, Doctor. Yes, and of course, how can I forget my family members, my wife, my children. Nishat, Menaz, where are you? Are you all here? Please come here. Please come here. And my son-in-laws, where is my granddaughter? Where are my grandchildren who all are here? Menaz, where are you, Menaz? Where is my son-in-law? First son-in-law, of course, yes. The two son-in-laws, please come up here. Please come up here. Where is Menaz? It's okay. Come. Habiba? Where are you? Where is my better half? Come, quickly. Kapil sir has to catch a flight, right? I will.
Manas has had a small emergency. He's gone to the room.
Huh?
Manas has had to go to the room.
Okay, nevertheless. Habiba, where are you? Come along. How, yeah. Yes, my second daughter, this is my family. Of course, Syed Kirmani, where are you? Come along. Come. And that's my, of course. Huh? Yes, my younger brother, Mr. Mustafa Kirmani. Come along, quick. Yes. Come along. Yes. These family members of mine have been immense support to me at all times, sacrificing their so many responsibilities in supporting me in all aspects of my life. Particularly, she's really my better half. Right. So on those grounds, she has been of immense help. Of course, I would like to also acknowledge the presence of Mrs. Lutfi Hassan. Madam, you're there? Yeah, there you are, right. Okay. And of course, how can I forget my other colleagues, my other cricketers who I enjoyed playing with. General manager. Yes, of course. Yeah, right. Okay. No. Yeah. You see, this is where the wife helps you when you forget something. Right. Rahul Dravid, Anil Kumble, VVS Lakshman, and of course, Air Commodore MM Ali. He is also in our family. Air Commodore, thank you so much for coming in. And of course, I would like to acknowledge my golfing friends, and of course, the legendary unsung hero, I would call him, Mr. Krishna Bhupati. Were you there, Mr. Krishna Bhupati? Oh, there he is, right at the back. Thank you so much. And of course, all the CEO group members who have made it a big success. And yes, Madam Vandana, who is the CGM of State Bank of India Central Office in Mumbai. And of course, Mr. Sudhir Babu, did I mention your name? Yes, of course. And of course, my other in-laws are there sitting down there, and my other very close family friends. And of course, my dear friend Srinik Seth from Kolkata. He's the one who gave me all the photographs of the World Cup and my entire career, which is all in my autobiography. Right, without taking much of your time, ladies and gentlemen, of course, Prakash Rathod and my very dear friend Agha Sultan, who was instrumental, both of you were instrumental in escorting the Deputy CM. Thank you so much. Right, and all my other, I think I should acknowledge my school, Indian school cricketing friends, J.K. Mahendra, where are you? And Arun Kumar. These were the two who accompanied me to England in 1967, way back. There you are, Arun. Thank you so much. And all my State Bank of India cricketers who are out here, thank you so much. And of course, how can I forget the sponsors who have come forward in helping me out. Thank you so much. Their logos are displayed on all over the place there. Thank you all, and yes, what else can I say? I can't say anything more than that.
A big thank you so much.
And a very big thank you for all of you who are here to, of course, how can I forget the Master of Ceremonies, Mr. Charu Sharma. You have highlighted the entire thing, and of course my other family members are also here from Hyderabad, Madras, and all that. Yes, with all these, huh? Okay. Okay. So with this, I thank all of you most profoundly, with great amount of humility, and of course all these placards, posters which have been displayed is by the my very good friend Sasha Sambi. He is an event manager. Sasha Sambi, just put up both your hands there. There you are. Thank you so much for a brilliant work you have done. And of course, how can I forget my one and only KSCA, Karnataka State Cricket Association committee members. This is the hall they have provided me, and I'm very grateful, Brijesh, your team. Of course, you are a part of KSCA. Sampath Kumar, Mr. Shankar, where are you, Secretary? Yes, all your team members, thank you so much, KSCA, for giving this wonderful opportunity to me to launch my autobiography, where I started my cricket, and that's where I started climbing the ladder. And this is my only granddaughter out of 5 grandchildren I have. Yes, and say. Yes, of course. Without the mention of my very dear followers, right from the time I came into my little limelight from my school days, the media, the social media, the print media and the electronic media. Thank you so much, all of you. Thank you so much for all the encouragement which you all have been supporting all of us, not only the sportsmen in every walk of life. You all have been very instrumental in uplifting us, all of us, all disciplines of life, into all categories. Thank you so much once again. Very profusely I thank you all for making this memorable. This cannot be forgotten until life. So I wish you all once again a very happy 2025, which is just around the corner, with good health and happiness and long life. Please take care of yourself. God bless you all. A very particular mention of my captain, Mr. Kapil Dev. Thank you so much. You have taken time off, coming all over. You have been traveling. You landed from US to Abu Dhabi, and 3 a.m. he landed here. Of course, my dear Sunil Gavaskar and of course Viv Richard, they had their commitments. Unfortunately, they couldn't make it. So on those lines, there comes my second daughter. You know, please put your hand and say, yeah, that's right, yes. This is my family members who have been of tremendous support. And of course, how can I forget my first daughter who was instrumental in being my support right from the time the mind came in, and the thought came into my mind to launch my autobiography. And of course, Kunal has been my marketing man who have been in touch with one and all in coordination and communication and in following it up. And of course, how can I not mention my two co-authors, Devashish Sengupta and Mr. Dakshesh Pathak. They were of immense support to me right from the time they're leaving their professions, leaving their time. Mr. Devashish is settled in England now. He is a professor and he's a very highly qualified and a great author. His books, which he has launched, are of international fame. So congratulations to both of you, and I have no words to thank you both for making my autobiography a well-written one. And I'm sure you'll all enjoy that, my autobiography. If I have forgotten anybody to thank, here comes my daughter to remind me.
The publishers, Penguin.
Yes, of course. The most important, there you are. Thank you so much. Okay. The Penguin publishers, who came forward as soon as Devashish Sengupta sent my synopses to publishers, to various publishers. Penguin came forward, and I'm very grateful to Penguin for having published my autobiography, and of course my all other friends. If I have not mentioned all my very dear cricket lovers and my very close associates, of course. There are my Rotarian friends also who are here. There are the CEO club members who are all here. There they are, the Rotarians. All former presidents of the Rotary orchards, they're all here. Thank you so much for all your support all along.
Scouts.
Huh? And of course, yes, of course. See, this is what they have been of immense help to me. Whenever I forget something, I'm reminded. Thank you so much. This is where is a little bit of a disadvantage, you know, when you have a shining and slippery head like this. So, Mr. Mekki, where are you? He's the chairman international, he and his team, for Scouts and Guides. All right, there you are. Thank you so much once again. So kind of you all there. Mekki and his team, thank you so much. Yes, I think, have I forgotten any more? Anyone? All right, okay. Okay. Yeah, right. Thank you all once again. Please, there is lunch being provided. And thank you, Cap. So you have to catch your flight in the evening. You are tired for sure. And yes.
Lunch will have to wait just a bit. All right. So,
all right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay. Well, Kiri, thank you so much. You did a very important thing by getting the bulk of your family here. But as the Deputy CM said, you had some family here and the rest of your family is there. So we're all here with you and we're standing with you. Thank you so much. Okay. Now for the unveiling of the book, and that's why we're all here. So I'm going to ask Kunal, please, who's been the leader of everything that I do here today. Kunal, will you please bring our dignitaries up and, of course, hand them a book? Thank you, sir. The Deputy CM's here, the skipper's here, Mr. Hassan's here, Mr. Tonse is here, Our two pillars, three pillars are here. Mr. Dravid, Kumble, and Lakshman, if you'll step on up, please. I think we'll somehow squeeze everybody in, don't worry. Mr. Narayan Murthy, thank you very much for your presence. Let Kunal handle this. They'll all be holding a book in their hands, and once we are ready, not yet, to my count, please, not yet. Just hold the book. Who else is joining us? Kunal? VVS, come on up. Don't be shy. Okay, when I get the word from Kunal, then we'll announce this, not before. Just squeeze up a bit, yeah. Two more. Yeah, Prasi, Chandra, please, Brijesh, come on up. We may not have books for everybody right now, but join us anyway. Because we're now going to ask, not yet. Hold on, not yet. Well, let everybody come on up the stage, please. Just a second. Not yet. Okay. When we reveal the cover of the book, it'll have to be to a count. You can start taking the ribbon off if you like, but don't expose the book, otherwise we'll lose our moment of the afternoon. If we're all ready now, maybe just another minute, a few seconds as Chandra comes on up and press. Chandra, come on up. Somebody escort him, please. Thank you. And Brijesh, Prasi, are you here? There you go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we can begin counting down. We'll see how it all goes. I don't know whether we're ready or not, but I'm going to start counting it down. So, to reveal the cover of the book that we're all here today for, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go, Stumped! Life beyond, behind and beyond the 22 yards. Life behind and beyond the 22 yards. Stumped, Syed Kirmani. And not to forget, of course, Debashish. And Dakshesh. Thank you so much, everybody. Yes, sir. Yeah, so hang on, everybody. Stay on the stage. Stay on the stage. Everybody, hold on. We got one more important thing to do. Stay there, stay there. We've got a cake cutting on the occasion of his 75th birthday. A very special birthday indeed. So as soon as the cake's brought up, I will ask Mr. Kirmani, Kunal, please have somebody else join him. Kunal, if you can have a couple of key people join him, or perhaps just himself. And Kiri can choose whoever he wants to have with him. Certainly it's better half, as he keeps saying. I think better 90%. Okay, this is for a very special 75th birthday. Kunal, let's get the star cast going for the cake cutting.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
All right, just one more thing left, ladies and gentlemen. A big thank you to everybody here. I'm going to thank the sponsors one more time, but we'll see. I do want to let you know that there's a book signing table to one side where Mr. Kirmani is going to spend some time signing the books that people can buy at the table right next to the signing table. So we'll point you in the direction of the signing table, which I think is to my left. And there's a table where you can actually pay for and pick up the book, because I'm sure that's why you're here. So congratulations once again. A 75th birthday book launch. Very, very special indeed. And as we now depart for lunch, just want to very quickly thank our primary sponsors, Altis Strategic Consulting, Shriram Properties, GIBS, Kalyan Jewelers, Hitachi, and all the rest as well. We've got Anand Sweets, Honeycomb, Akshara Printers, exceptional assistance. I think the gentleman we've thanked enough. And event partners, Sports Masters, venue partners, KSCA, digital partner, Finzel Studio and publisher, Penguin Books India. Thank you very much indeed. Now, there's getting to be a bit of a celebration here next to the cake. But let's not forget that the book signing is to my left. There's a table. Do spend some time to pick up a book and have it signed by Kirmani today. Thank you once again for your presence. It meant a lot to all of us as an extended family of Syed Kirmani. Thank you.
Sir, great seeing you. We are so
So apart from the book purchase and signature, of course, lunch is now ready to my right. And the book signing, another part of P2. Enjoy yourselves, buy a book, have it signed, have lunch. Thank you for your presence one more time.
Check. Okay, quick request to everybody. Kirmani sir is going to be signing